Well, now that we've got our brackets back on, that one I checked for tightness. This one, that wasn't loose over there. This one, the two bolts fell out, or they got ripped out. And you can see the difference in the head, difference in the bolt. But I'm not sure that the bolts are the same length. I didn't take them all the way out, but we put the new ones in that are longer with lock washers. Everything lined up nice. Now we just gotta go back and play with this, you know. We got more trees to pull out. But what I did is I took the loader off to give me better access because it was pretty crowded in there. And what I did is I ground off these little spacers I put in, because when the loader's mounted on here, it'll wiggle a little bit left and right. And so I'm sure with the width of this, and they're exact on the same side, both sides, that it's designed to have a little play, and probably so that you can install it a lot easier. By me welding those little spacers on there, locked that in tight, and it had no give to it, and so it came off pretty tough. And so I got rid of that. This cobbled up cab, like I said before, I've got like $100 in it. It's got to be 20 years ago. It's not great. Keeps the snow off me, keeps the rain off me. A lot of airflow underneath. That's okay. It just wants the wind off me. And there's nowhere to mount this. And the brakes on this side go down, and so it blocks the access to here. If I was to custom bend something that was strong and come down right beside here, I could probably do it. But I don't know who could do that. We really need some kind of metal bracket right here. Well, the loader sits right here, and it goes right back this far. So it takes up a lot of room. So the only thing I thought I could hook onto is this. And I did say that if I could put a bolt on here, and I had a larger bracket that was welded on, and we could pull this out enough and put it over the bolt, tighten it up, then it's free from the loader. But because it's on the loader, I put a bolt here and a bolt here. It works good. Anyways, let's get this thing hooked up. What we have to do is we've got a bolt here, which used to have a pin, and I put a bolt in it. It's a quick attach. So you back up, you know, you'll drop it down on and lock it. So what I want to do is see if I can do this in one try. And I wonder if now is a good time to grease it. Can you get to it better? Not really. Yeah, it's not really any better. Once it's on the machine, you can go ahead and move it up and down, whatever. So I'll pull these bolts back out. We'll drive up. The front has the same thing, a big wide space. You drive right up to here. It catches. You hook your hoses up. They're color coded right there. Plenty of length to them. And you work your control valve, and it tilts this whole bucket right down onto it. So the loader. So let's try that out. See if we can do this in one try. I always find it better for me to shut the power down so the pump doesn't throw a lot of oil or have pressure on the lines. So now that the lines will reach, remember you drive this up and hits this, and then once you bring that up, this piece down here will come up and lock onto it. So let's grab our hoses. And what they do is they fold You have to so that they will reach. And let's see, it has to go this side. Don't do this often enough, you know, it's my wheelbarrow. I think it goes this way. Yeah, I don't do it. I think I've only done it like 3 times since I've owned the tractor. They're color coded, so the blue is on the bottom. You get it backwards, the control will go backwards is all. That's easy. And then this one is green. The other bottom. These are on top, so this probably gotta go this way. And then if I have it in the wrong spot, we could disconnect after, as long as we don't pinch them. The yellow's on the inside. And the red is on the outside. Now went in. So just keep her off our tire, and we'll watch it to make sure it doesn't pinch. Should have taken a photo, right? Does it go over or under? We'll find out. And then I took the bolt off, so that just drops, and that opens this up. Here's a circle, comes down and latches right onto here. Let's see how good that works. I did take this off once to mow, and I've got a, what is it, a 934 belly mower. You gotta remember if it's a 5 or a 6 foot. Mows awesome. Hooks up to the mid PTO, and it's called a quick attach. Does not work well with the backhoe brackets on here, so that's kind of a shame. That's kind of, they overthought that or didn't think of it enough. And not a big deal to pop them 2 bolts out and drop it, but because it's so short, see how long, and we're not hooked up yet, but we're probably talking additional 4 feet. This is great with nothing on the back, nothing on the front with a belly mower, because you could zip right around trees and whatever, you know. I kind of miss that, but now that we have the 0 turn that cuts a 5 foot, that's pretty fast and we can get up real close. So when I purchased this originally, I was thinking ahead, like, oh, I could mow, I could snow blow, I could back blade, post hole dig, box scraper, landscape rake. I got a boom pole. I got a front blade, power angle. The list goes on and on. I got quite a bit of stuff I've gathered over the years. One of my best machines. It's a shame I don't have a huge building to put everything condensed, nice and clean, and just got to keep after them, I guess. Let's try this out. what I do remember now is you see the tires right here, and this is a paddle that comes up and locks it, and then this comes in and latches, so it cannot come off. And that's like, you know, less than an inch from the tire. So I think it's better for me to do this, not latch it, put your pin in, and then get back off and pull the pin out. That gives us 4 inches of room here. And then we just, like I said, got to make sure we're not pinned. And like I said, I'm not sure I'm on the right side. I think I'm on the wrong side. I'm going to keep going though. We can disconnect it, I think, pretty easy. Closer, it's obvious we're on the wrong side of it. I could just pull it off from here to get it out of the way, but it does go down in there. I wasn't for sure. Not a big deal. Do this all over again. And it should sit still. So just take your loader valve and do that with it. Take the pressure off. It should not move. That's what you get for not reading the owner's manual, right? We only do that if we desperately have to. Alright, so we'll put them this way. This makes you think more. Read less and think more. Yeah, that's how it goes. So, do this all over again. Live and learn. Blue on the inside, green on the outside. Yellow to the inside, red on the outside. Alright. You gotta make a mistake, right? Now we're past the tire. So I think I could pull my pins too. See that? So I think we're good. I would imagine if the ground was level, and the tractor's right now it's 4 inches lower than the bucket, so the angle isn't quite right. It's probably the reason this isn't going super fast. Let's try this. 3 tries for a quarter. Faster, but I can't complain about this. It's like no tools required, and they were pull pins before, and one of them loosened up and fell out, kind of like the backhoe, and so I put bolts in it. And the other thing is that leveler. I love that leveler. up against some stuff here, so it's messing with me. Yeah, that's all right. Not really a how-to video, but how I struggle video. Supposed to be up in front of something, you know, like that. Close. Right up against a pack of wood here. In case I was going to be down for a few days, I want it out of the way. Almost, yeah, it's hitting the wood, it's turning. If I wasn't hitting that pack, it's turning. Now we just put our lock up, this back, that grips onto us so we can't lift up. Put our pin in our nut. I like to put the nut at the top so I can see it, but it's a lock nut, plastic. It won't fall out, it might rattle. And then we'll do the same on both sides, and then on the hoses, see, that can't fall off. On the hoses, we just take and raise these up so they're not near the tire. Bring them up like this, get them nice and neat, and then we put either, they should have had a bracket, but they put a bungee on it from the factory, so maybe 1 or 2 bungees on it, keep it up away from the tire. We're going to head over to the other side, check that. So you can see it here hanging down. This comes up, this comes back, that locks it, and then I didn't bring the nut over. rock and roll. Business. Now what we got to do, I'll back up just a little. So I just want to test everything out, you know. Working right. So we're in business, and the next thing I got to do, I'll take it over and I'll put the bolts back in this that holds the cab, and then on some of the Kubotas I noticed that they had a bracket from here went across to the other side. This never has one, but quick attach, you know, 2 pins, same as the backhoe, and this has pretty good power to lift that up and hold her, and it raises about 10 feet I think, and I think the dump is, I don't know, 8 foot or something. I forgot what the spec was, but I've been pretty happy with that loader. I wish it could lift more, but I think that's probably in the control valve, a little bit of leakage or something over the years. The backhoe works good. So just showing how to hook the 7308 New Holland loader. It's a 5-foot bucket and quick attach. I might come up, like I said, with a bracket. Something that comes across here and clears and goes right to that, so that when I do take this off, it doesn't affect anything. I don't think that'll hurt the loader function any. So thanks for watching. We'll see you on the next one.